Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Living in Denver, Colorado. Today, yes, we've got another fun one for you, but we're
Never before seen.
Yes, never before seen, but we are going to keep it traditional. We're going to be talking about pros and cons. We get a lot of we get a lot of just feedback from you guys, and pros and cons tend to help a lot as far as what you guys are looking for. But we're going to be talking about the Baker neighborhood inside of Denver, Colorado. Really cool spot, but is it for you? Is it not for you? That's what we're talking about. So stay tuned and watch the intro and watch the video.
Let's go, guys. What's up, guys? We are the Mile High Property Brothers. I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my business partner, Will Grimes. If it's your first time visiting our channel, first of all, welcome. Second of all, while you're here, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell, because you don't want to miss out on every Tuesday and Thursday morning when we drop a new video telling you everything there is to know about moving to or living in the Denver, Colorado area.
Absolutely, and we are licensed brokers in the state of Colorado, which means as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with your real estate needs. So that number that's popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages. We're also the guys who answer the emails. But with that being said, we're gonna be talking about Baker neighborhood today, what it has to offer, what's entailed, right? But like, we're gonna form it in a video, kind of like a pro and con, and really just try to see it from different angles and do our best to just help you answer the questions of like, hey, is it for you? Should you be living down here? Should you maybe just visit down here? Either way, but overall, it's Colorado. It's a great spot. There's this super athletic chocolate lab, like catching this ball that's distracting me. If we get time, we're gonna go get some film of that dog.
There you go.
Unless they're gone by the time we're done filming. But a lot of cool parks down here, a lot of great everything. But before we go any further, let's give you guys some context as far as where Baker neighborhood lies inside of Denver.
So once you guys start exploring Denver and doing your research, what you'll find just by watching our channel is that Denver is full of these little pocket neighborhoods. So Denver, the city and county of Denver, as you start diving into Google Maps and stuff like that, or on this video, you're gonna see that there's all sorts of little neighborhoods around here. And although Denver as a whole is pretty much Denver, all of these neighborhoods have very different characteristics as far as houses, restaurants, bars, things to do, parks, things like that. So
you know, when you're married, you just tune each other out. Like, did you tell him where it's at? Like,
not yet.
Oh, okay, good. I was listening.
Yeah.
I was listening to my partner. I would never tune him out, and I'm sure he never tunes me out, right?
Never. So
locational wise, as far as where Baker neighborhood lies,
let's give you guys some boundaries. So essentially, we're looking at Mississippi on the south end, 6th Avenue on the north end. We've got Broadway on the far right, the east, which we'll be talking about today, and then all the way to Santa Fe on the west side.
Very good. And I'm sure with that map that you guys are looking at, it's very clear as far as what it looks like. But just demographic-wise, giving a little bit more context, not necessarily demographic, but activity-wise. So you've got, this is more central Denver, which means it's going to be older, right? Because central and where Denver first started is the oldest place that it started. It's grown out, right, into the suburbs. But you've got some really cool Victorian homes. You've got some refurbished Victorian homes out here. You've got some really cool bungalow-style homes. I don't know if that's traditional just to Colorado, but the bungalows are super popular, especially for remodeling. And very unique is Broadway. So when we talk about Broadway Avenue, you've got Go Fish, you've got Punch Bowl Social.
Particularly South Broadway, AKA Sobo.
So Eli is super popular when he was single, he used to live down here, and he's
I've
like,
never been single.
He's like in the know.
I know.
He was in a band,
I've
played
been
drums.
with my wife forever.
He was in a rock band.
Yes, I was.
Played the drums, so he's in the know. He's played all the places there is to play in Colorado. But man, South Broadway is super cool because the restaurants that are there are super fun. You've got Denver Biscuit Company, or obviously it's true to Denver. Really good homemade scratch food, amazing pizza at night, but then you've got like the breakfast food. You've got some really cool coffee shops. Punch Bowl Social, believe it or not, they're known for all their games. They've got arcade games, they've got bowling, they've got skee ball, but they're also like a 5-star restaurant. Like they get like the Eagle Award for their chefs and people that they have there. How do I know? Well, I've got friends that do security there, but so man, they're not as known for their food, but they should be because of how well they do with it. So not only do you have like fun and games inside, but you've got the great food. And if you work for a company, or if you have a company of your own, coming and doing private events at Punch Bowl Social is a great place to just bring everybody together. So whether you're doing like a reception or maybe someone's birthday, you can privately rent out Punch Bowl Social and do your own thing, or just go with friends. But a lot of really cool stuff. There's a 7-Eleven.
Fun story.
2 minutes. Hope my wife's not listening. Probably not. She hears me all the time. 7-Eleven just north of Go Fish, which is an amazing sushi shop. So we're on a budget. We're building a business. You know, a lot of money's going out. We couldn't. You know, we were trying to save some money, and hey, so we were kind of pulling back on how much money my wife and I were spending on going out and things like that. And she had some friends going out that night.
This is when you guys had like first gotten together, right?
First gotten together. Well, I was a young Will.
Alfalfa! This is like a view I never seen before.
I was a young Will, so yeah, we were investing and we were putting some money aside and doing some things when we were first building our company. And she said, no, hey, these are my friends. They want to go out. I can pay for the dinner because I want to see my friends. Well, she didn't bring her wallet that night because apparently something about her checking account and her savings account don't marry up, don't correlate.
But here's the thing. The way my bank account is set up, the thing is, I got a check in the savings, but all the money is in my savings, so I got to switch it.
But for whatever reason, I said, okay, we just got to pinch it. Well, of course, we were downtown at the most expensive restaurant on the planet, and they were ordering the most expensive things on the planet.
Of course.
Super rubbed the wrong way. I had this little chip on my shoulder that was talking to me. And the food was like that fancy small food. Like, it doesn't make... So now we're going to go to the after hour, happy hour, or drinking time at Go Fish.
More money.
Down the street. But one of the reasons why I love my wife is because she loves food and she can eat. She has an appetite, right? Even though she's like little, she's like 5 pounds, she can eat. Well, that expensive dinner didn't get her satiated apparently. So we were driving to Go Fish on Broadway and she's like, can we just stop for a hot dog or somewhere? So I stop off at 7-Eleven. I get her a $1 hot dog. I get her a $1.99 bag of Funyuns. And she is literally, oh, this is so amazing. Oh, I love this food. I'm like, the irony that I got for $3 and you have to like rub it in my face after this expensive dinner we just got done doing. Oh, the irony, and I was like, do not enjoy that in front of me.
When you knew she was the one, right?
I literally, guys, girls, I literally was driving in my truck as she's doing that, and I told myself in my own head, I'm like, yeah, somehow this is the one that's gonna work out. Yeah, and here we are, and hey, she deals with me too. But fun story, that 7-Eleven has amazing hot dogs and Funyuns.
There you go.
So if you're buzzed and you're down on Broadway and you're looking for an inexpensive snack, like, hey, don't be romantic where you get your food. Go to 7-Eleven, grab a hot dog,
That's right.
walk Broadway, have a good time. But now that I digress and someone has heard me, let's talk about the pros and cons. So now that you guys know some of the homes that are out here, or I guess one more thing, let's talk about true to Colorado, regardless of what neighborhood you're in, the Colorado feel and how they've protected areas and open space and parks. Like Colorado has some of the, I think like the most parks per square foot, per state, per capita.
yeah.
We're in like the top 3 states in the country that have the most parks per capita, whatever it may look like. So even though we're in the heart down here, we're just, like right now we're at one of the parks, we're just west of Broadway, you still get some space. You still have nice suburban homes. You still have garages. You have alleys that lead to the garages. You got a couple assisted living areas out here, some apartments, but the park area is really good. So even if you're getting constricted in like a new build or in these neighborhoods that have less areas to park or less lawns, right down the street, you're gonna get a phenomenal park. So, but with that being said, depending on what you're looking like as far as your personal property, what you want that to look like, maybe you don't like going to parks or whatever it may be, but I'm gonna let him kind of lead into it. But now that you guys know the type of neighborhoods and the context of like what Baker looks like, let's kind of figure out and ask yourself some questions as far as like, is that for you or not?
Yeah, so I think that's perfect. And in the essence of keeping this our pro and con video, we're gonna tell you some facts and then you decide if that's a pro or a con for you.
Correct.
So for example, one of the first things tying off of what Will had mentioned was just the overall style of home. So they are 100-plus-year-old homes. There are some new developments out here. A lot of them are still getting converted, right? But a lot of them are the Victorian style homes that are really old. Some of them are super, super cool, but they are on a smaller lot. So we've got some people that love that style, that love that historic Denver feel. And then we've got some people that love new builds with bigger yards and stuff like that. So pro and con, you know, it's a very specific type of neighborhood out here. So it may be for you, it may not be for you.
Well, and leading into that, even if it is for you, a con could be, hey, listen, parking is jammed down here. The homes are super close together. They are older, and refurbishing them, remodeling them is amazing, and they've got some great characteristics, great style. But they're also a little bit close together, right? It's back towards central Denver, right? So some of the parking on the main streets are a little harder. You might have a small garage in the back. And in addition to that, maybe you love going to Punch Bowl Social and Go Fish, and you're like, man, I'm only 2 blocks away when you live down here. Like, oh, that's amazing, which is great. However, please realize that parking lots on Broadway fill up super quick, and people tend to flood into the neighborhoods on the east and on the west side of Broadway to park. So on the weekends, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even sometimes like on the Tuesday, Thursday, I think Thursday's like ladies night at some places. In the evenings and night times, you're gonna have a little bit more congestion as far as parking. And if you have a garage, so it doesn't matter, but you're inviting friends over and it's a little harder, or maybe you're just that person that likes a little bit more privacy and you don't want everybody and their mom parking in front of your house, or you don't necessarily want the commotion or the people walking down the street at night. Some people could care less, couldn't care less. Some people, like how I corrected that?
I like that.
It's couldn't care
thank
less.
You.
Not
set the
care
record
less.
here, yeah.
Maybe you're neutral on it, or hey, you know what? Maybe it is fun to go to those places, but the proximity of just parking and how busy it can get around your home, maybe you're like, hey, you know what, Will? We don't mind driving 30 minutes to go into South Broadway on the weekend when we want to, but we don't love it enough to necessarily live by, right? So, man, it just depends on, you know, again, with the parking and some other things as far as like, because close proximity is really cool, but there's a con of all the parking that comes with it, right?
So that was the second point, guys. So I want to stress on just the amount of things to do down here. So South Broadway is one of the coolest spots because it's unique, it's quirky. There's a ton of vintage shops. There's this place called the Mayan Theater, which is like where they play all the artsy movies that you won't see in a big movie theater. So the Mayan is super, super popular. There's cool bookstores. Again, I think just in walking 2 blocks South Broadway, I probably saw 3 or 4
some old record stores,
vintage shops,
antique shops,
coffee shops. And here's the thing, guys. It is such a unique style here that is just so different from downtown things to do. So if you are more of the personality where you like just those kind of quirky, cool shops, and even if you don't live down here, like my wife and I will even take our 3-year-old son and we'll come down here on a Saturday and just walk up and down. We'll hit Denver Biscuit Company. There's a ton of stuff to do. So could be a pro for you, could be a con if you're looking for a little more quiet, serene neighborhood.
Exactly, but beer gardens and record shops and antique shops and Punch Bowl Socials, like really cool, a lot of fun, and it's definitely completely separate than downtown. Even though South Broadway turns into North Broadway, which turns into taking you downtown. Actually, it takes you out of downtown. Lincoln is the one way that takes you into downtown. You could completely have a social life on South Broadway and never have to go downtown at all. Like, it's a completely different feel, and it's really cool. So again, is it important to live by it and you can do with the parks that are down here and remodel and put some money into a home and have a great time with it? Or is it better to, hey, let me be one of those visitors that goes down there versus, living down there? But either way, man, like, it's hard talking pro and con to Colorado because for every pro, we can kind of make a con. I think you guys are picking up what we're putting down when we build these videos. It's all subjective to you guys, and we don't want to sit here and say something's bad. right? It's the same reason why we don't say, oh, this is high crime. Well, what you consider high crime and what I consider high crime could be completely different. One, it's illegal as a licensed broker to say that. But secondly, beyond the legalities of it, so many things are just subjective to the consumer, right? So what we're trying to do is just highlight some things to help you guys ask the right questions for yourself. That way, when you guys are coming out here and we're helping you with your real estate needs, we're turning every stone possible before you get here. That way, once you're here, you're dialed in, you know the top 1 or 2 areas that you want to be in. We get super committed and focused to being productive in those areas, and we win you a home, and it's as frictionless as possible, and you guys are super happy with those results.
Very true. Last point before we wrap up, pro and con. Your proximity to highways and your quick exits or entrances in and out of town. So we sit, man, right by 6th Avenue. 6th Avenue could take you all the way out west to the mountains. It's gonna take you all the way out east, straight through Denver.
It actually goes right into like Buckley Air Force Base.
Yeah, it does, all the way out east.
Yep.
So, and then north-south, guys, again, being right off of Broadway, like we are here, you can take Broadway all the way down to I-25, which is our main north-south highway, or Broadway straight north into Denver. So
don't take Broadway to I-70 though. You're going all the way through downtown. If you need to hit east and west or whatever it may be, go south, hit I-25, and then take I-25 south around Aurora, or take I-25 north to I-70 all the way up to the airport.
Or 6th Avenue over to I-25.
But don't try to cut through downtown. It would be a long time.
Terrible.
No!
Guys, proximity here, quick access in, quick access out. If you want to live near Denver, you want to get quick access to the mountains, Baker might be your place.
And you know what else? You know what's not terrible?
What's that?
Making these videos.
It's not terrible, huh?
And helping you guys with your real estate needs. And why is that possible? Because we're licensed brokers in the state of Colorado. And yes, all jokes aside, all fun aside, we love helping you guys with your real estate needs. So that number that's popping back up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages. We're also the guys who answer those emails. So if there's anything that we can do for you guys, any questions that you might have, we would love to assist you with your process here to Denver. But until next video, until next time, you guys enjoy your week.
That's right.
Either it's Tuesday or Thursday. Enjoy your week.
One of those,
And we will see you on the next video.
And if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. You know what to do.
See you guys.